Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here from NBC Sports Bay Area. I am back home and I thought I'd do a little retrospective. Today is the third year anniversary of the 49ers trade for Christian McCaffrey. I think it's one of the most successful trades in 49ers history. There have been a few, but this one, of course, in recent history, the fact that they didn't give up a first round pick, they gave up a second, a third, and a fourth in 2023 and a fifth round pick in 2024. Christian McCaffrey has turned this offense around. And, there's been trades like Jimmy Garoppolo. That trade looked to be like it was going to, it did really turn the franchise around. He didn't stay as long as everybody thought he would. Eventually, it kind of came to pass, and they traded for Trey Lance, which obviously didn't work. But for the time when Jimmy Garoppolo was the quarterback, it looked like one of the best trades in the history. Now, I think Christian McCaffrey, this trade has fully eclipsed what Jimmy Garoppolo has done for the 49ers or did for the 49ers. Just looking at what Christian McCaffrey has done through 7 weeks, and it's 7 weeks of not having Brock Purdy for five of them. It is without Brandon Ayuk. It was 5 weeks without George Kittle. It was without Ricky Pearsall. It's without Ben Barch at left guard. It's going to be now without Jake Brendel at center. The fact that Christian McCaffrey keeps grinding away and is at the top of so many lists, I'm going to go through them, but the fact that this trade was one of the most successful in, I think, 49ers history, the fact that it's changed so much of what they do, and 201 yards from scrimmage. 1 week, Bijan Robinson. Jahmyr Gibbs is great too. But Bijan Robinson passed Christian McCaffrey in yards from scrimmage for a week. Christian McCaffrey's back on top because the 49ers defense held Bijan Robinson to very few yards. And Christian McCaffrey went off 201 yards from scrimmage. So taking a look at what a few things that Christian McCaffrey has done so far, he leads the league in yards from scrimmage with 981 yards. Bijan passed him last week, and now Bijan Robinson has 914. So Christian McCaffrey leads him by almost 70 yards. Christian McCaffrey runs the ball, he catches passes, and that's what Bijan wanted to be as well. That's why he learned from Christian McCaffrey. They work out together in the offseason. They traded jerseys after the game. I think they have a ton of respect for each other. But Christian McCaffrey, man, he is just, and having George Kittle back on the field made the biggest difference. George Kittle's on the field, 5.5 yards per carry, or whatever it is, whatever I wrote earlier. George not on the field, 2 yards per carry. It's just unbelievable. Okay, with Kittle, 5.4 yards per carry. Without him, 2 yards per carry. That's 3.5, almost 3.5 yards difference for every carry that when George Kittle's on the field. Christian McCaffrey, prior to George, week 6 and before, 0.7 yards before contact, which is only like a half a yard, a little bit more than a half a yard. 2.5 yards before contact on Sunday night's game. It's 3.2 yards per carry in the first 6 weeks, 5.4 yards per carry in Sunday night's game. What George Kittle does on the field is amazing, but also what Christian McCaffrey is able to do without George Kittle, without all those other players that I mentioned. And, then you also have Juwan Jennings not being completely healthy, who's an amazing run blocker. You could also tell that he was healthier last night, Sunday night, because he was blocking his butt off as well. Saw Trent Williams get out on the edge, just mauling people. It was just a really, really good effort from everybody. And not only is George Kittle skilled in blocking, but he also raises the bar for everybody else. If he is blocking his butt off, that Kendrick Bourne is like, oh, yeah, I've got this too. Juwan Jennings is doing the exact same thing. So George Kittle's presence out there with Christian McCaffrey makes it all happen. Obviously, all 11. All right, so other things that Christian McCaffrey is on the list for: rushing and receiving touchdowns. He is tied for number 6. It's a 6-way tie for 6 touchdowns. Only Jonathan Taylor, he has 11, which is crazy. Josh Jacobs has 8. Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Javonte Williams all have 7. And then there's a bunch of guys, 6-way tie for 6 touchdowns through 7 weeks. And that is Devon Achane, Devontae Adams, Jake Ferguson, Christian McCaffrey, George Pickens, and Cam Scatterbo. So Christian McCaffrey again. Christian McCaffrey is by far leading the entire league in touches. 185 times the ball has been in his hands so far. 185. It's only week 7. The next closest is Jonathan Taylor, and he has 31 less touches. Jonathan Taylor has touched the ball 154 times. Again, Christian McCaffrey, 185 times. Crazy. He is not on the top of the list for yards per touch because he had such short runs prior to Kittle being back, but that's going to go up. I like what George Kittle had to say after the game, too. He's like, hey, my goal is to make Christian McCaffrey NFC Player of the Week. CMC, NFC Player of the Week. I think it's going to happen. He's nominated for Ground and Air Player of the Week, so we'll see what happens. But, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, good Lord, on so many different lists already. And I know if you did running backs that have receiving yards, he'd be up there. But I mean, still, the amount of yards that he has overall is pretty crazy. Here's another one, receiving yards. He has 516 receiving yards, and that ranks him number 8th in the league. He's a running back. Jackson Smith-Njigba, he's number 1, 819 yards. Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, George Pickens, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Emeka Egbuka, and then Christian McCaffrey. So he's the running back with the most receiving yards in the league. Let's see, receptions. He has the 3rd highest receptions, Christian McCaffrey. Jamar Chase, 58. Puka Nacua, 54. Christian McCaffrey, 53 receptions. And he's, again, a running back. Pretty crazy. So he's done so much, and pretty impressive. Obviously, not yards per carry at this point, but pretty good. Rushing attempts also tops, but not as much. It's not as skewed. Christian McCaffrey has 132 rushing attempts. Jonathan Taylor, 131. Those two are at the very top. And then Saquon Barkley, 113. Josh Jacobs, Ashton Genty, Javonte Williams, all with 111. So 2 top guys, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, 132, 131 rushing attempts. That's a lot. So Christian McCaffrey, one of the most productive trades in 49ers history. It is the 3rd-year anniversary. Happy anniversary, Christian McCaffrey, for being a 49er for 3 years. It feels like it's been longer than that, but it's only been 3 years today. Another player that has been standing out, who's at the top of a lot of lists, Eddy Pineiro. And I talked about this in my last video, talked about this on the podcast, about how kind of peripheral players are really bringing the juice to this 49ers locker room. It is Chase Lucas, it is Kendrick Bourne, and not that they are lesser than any other players, they're just not the household names. Kendrick Bourne obviously has been around the league a lot, 142 yards 2 times in a row, a little bit less last night on Sunday night, but still, Kendrick Bourne is always positive, always dancing around on the field. He brings the juice. So does Chase Lucas. He is always fired up every time he makes a play, every time someone else makes a play. Eddy Pineiro, I mean, what George Kittle said, love that guy, great energy, solid locker room guy. Eddy Pineiro has been killing it. He has the most, where did it go? The most field goals made. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. All right. Most field goals made was 17. He also accounts for 60 points. 60 points. That is the 3rd highest in the league. I think 3rd or 4th. Eddy Pineiro, 17 field goals. He missed 1 point after, but 17 field goals. And a lot of them have not been chip shots. They've been 50s, 55s, etc. He's also tied for number 4 for 4 field goal attempts. He's made the most, but 3 others have attempted more. Blake Group, I'm not sure how to say that, New Orleans, he's attempted 20. Joey Sly has attempted 19. Chase McLaughlin has attempted 18. Jason Myers and Eddy Pineiro have both attempted 17. Eddy Pineiro's made more. Also very impressive. So yeah, points made, pretty crazy, right? Most points scored. Here it is. Eddy Pineiro has made 60, fourth highest in the league. Number one is they're tied. Brandon Aubrey, kicker from Dallas, 68 points. The only non-kicker in the top four is Jonathan Taylor because he has all those touchdowns. He has 11 touchdowns. He's accounted for 68 points. Jason Myers of Seattle, 61 points. Eddy Pineiro, 60 points. He's gotten for the 49ers, responsible for 60 points. That's a lot. Cameron Dicker the kicker, is 59. Chase McLaughlin, 56 points. So it goes on from there. The only non-kicker in that group right now is Jonathan Taylor. Pretty crazy. So two really, really incredible standout players. Christian McCaffrey, happy anniversary, third year. Seems like he's been around longer. I know I said that, but I was like, it's hard to remember a time. I mean, yes, there have been. Obviously, Jordan Mason. You go back through all the running backs, Raheem Mostert and Matt Breida and all of those other guys who have had standout years with the 49ers. But man, it feels like it's always been Christian McCaffrey now. So happy 30th year anniversary to Christian McCaffrey. And it is Tuesday. Hope you guys are all having a nice day off of football, a little one day off of football. And I'll be up in Santa Clara tomorrow giving you more information. So stay tuned. Please subscribe. Please like, please comment. I did, when I was up in Seattle to watch, I'll post on Instagram if you follow me over there. Posted some Seattle stuff. I'll post some video of my dad playing jazz. I did meet a Pacific Northwest 49ers fan, Keith, who is a Niners fan stuck in the Pacific Northwest. And we had a little chat in the Seattle airport food court. Always nice meeting you guys out in public, out in the wild. Always appreciate a conversation. So please don't hesitate to say hi. Love having quick conversations with you guys. And, I'm here for you. All right. Hope you guys are well. Talk to you soon. Bye. And hi, Keith.